E-portfolios are having a profound effect on the way people teach and learn. At Thanet College, staff are discovering the benefits of this new approach.
Portfolios have certainly streamlined my practice for sure. I'm very much a paper-free person. My students use their phones to capture videos of what they've done and then upload it to their portfolio.
The students are getting a better experience. I'm genuinely using accessible IT and I stand back and watch them doing it.
It's changed the way I assess work, where the students upload their evidence. It's more of a user-friendly way, I think, of assessing the work.
We've always had professional development, but there's never really been a formal way that we've been able to log and reflect on the development that we've undertaken.
E-portfolios were introduced as part of Reflect, an Institute for Learning initiative for continuing professional development. The implementation of Reflect was spearheaded by Jeff Rebeck.
We took PebblePad into the college and we shared it with 120 odd teachers, gave each one a personal account. And the first thing that we started doing was asking them to capture what would normally have been things that went into their annual appraisal. Any training that they did, any interesting things that happened to them at college. And then I was asking teachers to try and look for threads. What was emerging from the things that they were capturing in their portfolio? The change in behaviour that I was asking my colleagues to adopt was monstrous. It's not something simple like a VLE where, well, it's what we already do, let's just plug a wire in and do it through technology instead. This is a change of behaviour. It's a change in the way of thinking. It's a change in the ownership of that learning and the management of that learning journey, and also the accountability for that learning.
Paula Stroud teaches business and administration. She recently used an e-portfolio to complete a qualification as part of her continuing professional development.
When I first heard about it, if I'm honest, I thought it sounded like an awful lot of work. However, having undergone the qualification and completing an e-portfolio, I think I now appreciate how much work it actually reduces. I have muscular dystrophy, so using an e-portfolio for me meant I didn't have to move about from building to building to share my ideas and thoughts with staff. It could all very much be done in one place. I could submit my assignments to my assessor and to the external verifier, all remotely without having to leave my armchair if I didn't need to. Using e-portfolios for me now is something I do automatically. It's not something I have to think about. If we undertake any training, automatically we all go to our PebblePad portfolio, we upload it and we reflect on it. But I think it's had a bigger impact on my teaching because I now encourage my students to reflect.
Paula's colleague, Sarah Reeves, has also introduced her students to e-portfolio-based work.
Students can take a lot more ownership of their learning and the way that they're progressing and how they're developing their resources and what they're creating. So in effect, once you've given them the underpinning knowledge, you then become the facilitator and the guide rather than telling them how to do something. They understood how to navigate it. What was new to the students was actually reflecting on what they'd created and also peer assessment as well. So they had to sort of take the time to actually look at people's work in great detail and feed back to how they could improve the documents and resources that they had created. They've built some fantastic work and have given really good reflection.
At Thanet, tutors are using a similar range of tools to create personal learning spaces, including the blogging platform Posterous.
Here we've got the online resource. I can see that this student is very interested in independent learning activity. She also likes the client brief and she's really into brand. So I'm getting a picture of what this student likes.
The best thing about e-portfolios is the immediacy of tracking where they are and setting the target for the next session. So they're coming to the sessions ready. And because it's live and immediate, if I see something going wrong and I'm monitoring, I get updates all the time, I can step in very quickly to all of them, to one of them, to a group of them, and say, I think you've missed the point, or go and do this. So when the lesson starts, it starts perfectly.
With the increasing use of e-portfolios, Thanet College is aiming for more personal and flexible approaches to learning.
There is no one portfolio to fit all size. You can't have the words standard and personal in the same sentence. A college such as this one will have 20, 30, possibly even 40 pieces of different bits of software running in here, supporting different situations. There is a splintering of technology going on, and of course that doesn't account for what the students bring in as well. Teaching and learning, they're the constants. The technology will follow. 10 years ago, we hosted technology and we controlled technology. Now we don't. But it doesn't matter as long as the teaching and the learning remains protected and remains good.